One of my vegan guys gave me some herbs. But I take that with some ashwagandha, some iron, some vitamin
D. Yeah. Okay, go on.
That was the one actually, because they're all vitamin D deficient apparently. Like, we're actually but you know that we're all vitamin D. You know that we're all vitamin D deficient. Like,
so you need the D,
yeah, I need it. And then I just
insane.
You need that, Gab. You need that.
Crazy.
Don't worry about anyone else says. You
would have made it.
You have to have it.
Crazy.
You won't.
So what I do, sometimes if I've got the time for it, I don't know if you can trust it. I'm just saying it's good.
This episode 226 of DSP Podcast. Yeah, safe. Don't stop. No, all my life.
Stop screaming.
Lower your tone, bro. Because you see when I'm editing, bro.
I hear it sometimes.
I'm happy my eardrum, yeah.
I do apologise.
Perforates.
I apologise.
Sound correctly.
I do
so 226 of DSP Podcast. You're in studio to my left.
Drinks.
To his left.
The
hoodie boy wonder behind the camera.
Gabriel.
2D. How are you doing?
I'm alive.
Good morning.
That's how I'm doing. I'm alive.
Shoulder good? Ankle good?
Ankle, no.
Everything good?
Ankle is it's like it's going backwards.
It takes ages, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Bruv, listen, I understand.
She put me through my paces today, like calf.
But she did. She put you on.
Was that she was talking about anime?
Yeah. Which ones?
She told me to watch Demon Slayer.
Sensational. The movie comes out.
Yeah, she said August.
Yeah. September. Over here, September.
You know what? I know too much about anime for someone that didn't watch it.
But it depends on what anime you're talking about. If you're about Dragon Ball Z, it's different. I mean,
because I've been forced to be in rooms where Full Metal Alchemist,
love it.
Bleach.
That's one. No. Full Metal. No.
What's the one with the chainsaws?
Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist is probably one of my favorite
That's the one I
animes.
enjoyed the most.
Purely because it mixes science with religion, and
Scientologists.
no, it mixes science with religion.
Oh.
So the quickest way without ruining the story: two little boys who are hyper intelligent that study anime. That study alchemy. Their mum dies and they try and figure out a way to bring her back. There's something called equivalent exchange.
Oh.
But you can't, there's no equivalent way when someone dies to bring them back. And what they bring back isn't what they thought it was. And because they see something called the Gate of Truth.
Sound like Pet Cemetery.
Something like that. They now can perform alchemy without a certain science. So there's like an alchemy insignia that you wear on gloves or something that allows you to perform an alchemaic equation. Basically, they're in a pursuit to try and get their bodies back because they lose their bodies. The eldest brother loses his arm and his leg, and the youngest brother loses his whole body. So his soul is sealed to a suit of armor from his brother's blood. It's a really good series. Okay. But ironically, every time the elder brother performs alchemy, remember it's about science versus religion, he does a prayer hand. So it's one of my favorite animes I saw as a kid. That is good. I've seen them. I think I've seen it like 4 or 5 times. Death Note's amazing. It's a book. In layman terms, it's a book that if you know someone's first and last name, you write the name on it and they can die.
Yeah, I randomly started Death Note and I didn't finish it. I was like, why the hell did I not? It was actually so good.
The film was shit.
It's awful, but it's fun. Katie, how are you? Sorry.
Oh, Katie's good. Katie's fine. Katie is mighty fine.
Third person. Gabs, how's your week been so far?
Yeah, it's been eventful, man. But yeah, it's been good.
Oh, good. Thank you.
We may have a special guest today, depending. But we'll get to discuss that. But let's jump into the episode straight away, because there's a lot of topics that I feel like we need to discuss.
Let's jump into the nitty and the gritty.
So let's go first.
And the shitty.
You had a topic about feeding the nation.
Bitty.
Yeah, so Tesco are going to start feeding shoppers and homeless people with food that expire.
The fun expires.
Like the sell by date.
No, so it's not the use by, it's the
use by.
The shelf life. Not shelf life.
Use by.
It's used by.
So
that's when it expires as well.
Do people follow
that's not good.
By date?
No. So
not always, because you can have.
The reason why I think it. Sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say you can have the best before date, which is fine, but the use by date, I wouldn't give that to homeless people because it might not necessarily be bad, but like if you've got chicken that you've got to use by and it's the 12, that's true.
But the thing is, they're going to give it away for free. to customers.
So
At the end of the day, so at the end of before they shut shop, they're
different wastage.
That makes difference.
There's certain things as well
to try and cut food waste.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes
certain
sense.
things as well that it's very difficult for it to actually expire. Like chocolate, for example, it's very difficult for chocolate.
Chocolate, no.
Alcohol.
Unless it's been sitting there for like
Alcohol
however long.
Alcohol can.
No, it can, but it just most alcohol after a while, especially wine.
So for what I remember when I used to work in Tesco's a long time ago, with like reductions and whatever. So the use by date, for example, where you used to have like, for example, I'd have grapes.
Yeah.
And it was like, grapes would end on like the 6th of September. Yeah. And it's like the 5th. Or it's the 6th day, you reduce them. There's nothing wrong with them, but you just reduce them because that's the use by date.
Yeah.
What they did way before I left was in the end they took the dates off them and you just went by how the produce looked. Ultimately you're wasting food purely because
of how
of the sell by date is.
I guess, yeah, true.
Right, yeah. So if the quality goes, then naturally, like for example, if you got a bag of oranges and the oranges like 2 of them are bad, but the other 4 are fine, you just take the 2 bad out, you reduce it, fine. You're still able to sell it for a profit, even though you're trying to limit wastage. Also, from a business standpoint, like waste limits already are high, so you still want to get rid of it, and it saves you later on in the day having to do bins and do the rest of that stuff because you're still giving away to the community. So I also look at it in business in a weird way. If Tesco's are trying to do it to look like the nicer company,
but it's not that.
It's not that.
Yeah,
you're
just trying to cut down food
waste.
Which is still not a bad thing. But I don't know why it should be mentioned. Like it should have been happening from before.
You know, like Greg's, right? They just put everything in a bin.
Pink bin.
Yeah, everything in like a bag, and then they put it.
I used to work in bakery. When we went together, he used to work in bakery.
And I used to walk past thinking, you know, the amount of people you can feed. Like that's why Pret's good because Pret actually feeds the homeless, or they give out the food. I know, like there's Millie's Cookies in Bromley used to do that. They used to just give it out towards the end of the day. There's I know quite a few places are starting to do that. I know there's a Costa Coffee that's doing that.
Avocado do it in
local
bank,
to me.
near where I used to work.
And they just give it out.
Because their fucking food, they should.
It's crazy, man. Because bro, you could feed so many people with these things. But a question though, it's random, but it's on topic. Have you guys ever cut off mold from bread?
Yeah, I did it yesterday.
I was a kid, but I don't buy bread now.
Not yesterday.
I buy harder bread, and I buy harder bread, and I have to eat it within 6 days.
Same.
I did it with
once it starts sweating, and it's
I did it with my wrap. So I went to make a chicken wrap, and it was only the first one on the top. I was like, it's just a little hole. I'll slice it off.
I've got a toasting machine.
Not a hole, like a little circle of like blue. I said, but the rest of them were good.
My anxiety don't let me do it. It's because the mold is green, right? If it wasn't green. If it was like, I don't even know. Because naturally, right? Okay, so
with bread, sometimes you remove the.
I'm going to ask you the rest of them. I'm going to ask you a dumb question.
Yeah.
You don't like the colour green?
On food. It's because it's
not money.
Not money, because our money's not green.
American is.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Because on food, it's like, especially like it's bread and then it's like.
I can't think of his ends.
But it's interesting you say that because like so I don't know if you guys have gone to a shop and bought yam before, right? Mm-hmm. When you buy yam, when I was younger, I didn't understand the technique, right? So you have to ask them to cut it in the shop because it can look good on the outside, and when you cut it, it's black.
If you flick watermelon, it sounds hollow. It's right.
So I've gone. So one time I've gone to the shop and I bought like 5. But yam's not cheap.
Never been cheap,
so
bro.
Because
by weight.
I bought 5 and then 3 of them were bad. But to be honest, like you can still cut the bad part because it's a root. Because it's a root
veg.
Yeah, you can just cut the bad parts and eat it, and it tastes completely fine.
Same thing you have with bread. It's like the term bad apples when you're around bad people and whatever. As you're around them long enough, it rubs off on you. If you got like a bowl of fruit, for example, and one is going. When it's around other fruit, it's naturally going to rot. Yeah. Or
if you don't mix lemon and I swear it's lemon and banana.
Yeah. Or for example, if you got plantain and you're trying to force ripen it.
Yeah.
There's 2 ways I've learned how to do it. Either wrap it in foil and you put it in like on like near like a heater, or put it near ripe fruit, it just
falls right. Yeah.
You see what I'm trying to say? So in that sense, it depends. Like back to the topic of what you're saying, from the perspective of food being extremely rich, being extremely expensive, inflation and the rest of that stuff. If there's ways for people to get rid of food, if it's like meat, poultry, ECT and the rest, you can go and season it, freeze it, and whatever. No problem with it.
Yeah.
Fruit, you've probably got a 2-day shelf life if you're doing that either way, but I don't really see the problem with it. Okay.
With bread as well, I know they use stale bread for bread and butter pudding, for example. That's like you have to use
eat it, so I don't know.
stale bread for that. So yeah, there's always like use for stale food. There's always like something you can do.
The ripest like bananas. Not ripest bananas, but like the most softest bananas.
Banana cake.
They use for like banana cake, banana bread.
There's bananas in the house, and they're going. Just chop them up, put them in the freezer.
They make the fritters taste
yeah.
Fritter.
No, but I think that's the best type of plantain and plantain. Yeah, I did there to each both.
We had this discussion.
For the Nigerian Jamaican.
Lord.
No one can see your hand in the air, trust me.
So yeah, no. That is for me. That's when it's.
Why you doing the prayer hands?
When it's ripe, when it's proper overripe. That's when it's like the best.
What, plantain?
Plantain and plantain.
When we like a lot of people were in the Caribbean.
Yeah, I like it.
When we was younger.
Yeah, like that.
When we was younger, all the white kids on the block used to obviously sometimes we'll go to the shops. My mum, some white kids on the block would be like, "Oh my god, don't get that one with the black on it." And then my sister used to be like, "Are you mad?
That's
the best bit.
That's that good.
The bit with the black.
The good what?
That's that good.
That good black. Something. Yeah, when it's really black.
No, but you know what it is? The smell. For me, like the smell of it is what I think is like the best. It's the best vegetable fruit because it's a fruit. What is it? It's a hybrid. It's the best of
the black thing.
Crazy.
The black one.
The black thing's like best.
The dark one. The one with the dark. You know what I'm saying?
The man with the dark.
Crazy. Yes. It's mad.
Anyways, moving on. Has anyone ever seen Too Good to Go?
I've not heard of this.
Or used it? It's an app. It's relevant. Sorry.
I've heard about it.
It's really good. So if you download it, it's an app that basically will let you know what
the shops, the stores around you.
Yeah, like supermarkets, Starbucks, and they basically
as well,
and they basically will give food away or whatever they have like waste at the end of the day. You can get a surprise box for like £2 in Greg's or wherever.
Yeah,
and it gives you just a box of anything. Or you can select what you want. So like sometimes people do Too Good to Go for lunch.
Mark, I stand on what I said, but yeah.
What?
Nothing. Mark heard what I said.
I didn't because I was
just
chatting.
About poverty. I just think that's poverty.
Listen, sometimes I haven't done it in ages, but Too Good to Go shop.
And I realise I'll have to do it.
Girls love a bargain, you know. Like,
I love it.
I love a bargain.
I love it.
You know what?
Too Good to Go shop is.
I'm not.
You know why? Because it's not their money. If their money, then it's cheap. If it's someone else's money, they're not doing it.
Because I like to spend money, but I also like a bargain.
Pizza Express were doing something.
Yeah, you could elbow your friend over there. You could elbow your friend.
Pizza Express were doing something where they were for an hour. Their prices are going to be like how it was in 1930.
For an hour.
So like 37p.
1930.
Or something crazy like that.
Oh, okay.
So it's 37p for a pizza.
So basically, I wouldn't be allowed to shop.
What did 1930 even look like? Jesus.
That's true, you know. That's true. No blacks, no dogs, no.
Mad. No dogs.
But that's actually true. Still, we shouldn't even be.
What's the segregation though?
Oh Lord.
But it's like my boy hit me up and he was like, yo, let's go there. 37p. And I was like, alright. First off, I'm on a diet. So I'm like, first off, I'm on a diet. So no. But secondly, I hate going to them kind of places where it's 37p and everyone's there. Not me.
It's not nice.
I like it. Yeah,
it's not nice.
So you say you're on a diet. So what kind of food you eating?
So right now, it's actually. So I could actually tell you my plan, my regime.
Go on.
So first 2 weeks has been a mad crash, and that's because I've noticed for the first 2 weeks I usually crash, so that I drop a certain amount of weight faster. So
That's dangerous, though.
but the only reason why I do it for 2 weeks is so there's less strain on my body. So it helps in terms of moving around.
Your plus 30 is dangerous.
But it probably is. But yeah, it probably is.
Mate,
but you know what? Yeah.
If you went into intermittent fasting and it was like, okay, cool.
That's what I do. Yeah.
I can only eat from like between the hours of 1 and 8. It's less dangerous because it clears. It makes your body build insulin. It clears your colon.
Exactly.
All the other stuff.
Use up all the sugar stores that you've got.
So you're just getting rid of all that wasting that. Fine. What you're saying, the way you worded that is insane, bro.
I'll tell you what I do. So in the morning, I wake up and I have my supplements.
Okay.
So I always have like supplements in the morning and like natural herbs that have been given to me by one of my vegan guys. Gave me some herbs. But I take that with some ashwagandha, some iron, some vitamin
D. Yeah. Okay. Go on.
That was the one actually because they're all vitamin D deficient apparently. Like, we're actually but you know that we're all vitamin D. You know that we're all vitamin D deficient. Like,
so you need the D, yeah?
Yeah, I need it. And then I just
insane.
You need that, guys. You need that.
Crazy.
Don't worry about anyone else says. You
would have made it.
have to have it.
Crazy.
You won't.
So what I do, sometimes if I've got the time for it, I'll make like
crazy.
I'll make a
Crazy.
I'll make a green.
You got them D tablets, yeah?
If you got the time for it, it's insane.
Wow.
I'll make a green smoothie. So in that I'll put.
But you say you don't like green things. Green food.
Like on
food.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like kiwis, kale,
fiber,
berries, blah blah blah.
You gotta make sure when you do make
still lots of sugar.
No, it's lots of sugar. Pardon me. It's lots of sugar if it's just all fruit because you're just blending fructose.
You have to
if you mix it with veg and kale,
I've got and then I don't eat for
squeeze the honey as well.
I don't eat for like 6 hours until like 10 p.m, 9 p.m.
Still too late.
And then I have
it's too late.
Well, you're intermittent fasting.
Yeah,
it should be something. No, I'm not telling you what you should do, but it should be something like from
10 o'clock is too late.
Between either
1 and 8.
8 and
8. 1 in the afternoon to 8 at night.
I'm gonna change that then, because to be honest, because it's naturally I always eat late.
Sometimes people
like
I
always eat really
start
late.
from 11.
I can drop. My body does this because I can drop mass very quickly, based on 2 weeks of change diet.
2 weeks of change diet, yeah. And then I have in the evening I would either have I could just have like steak, avocado, eggs. I could have quinoa, salmon.
That is so protein heavy.
It is. Yeah, I could have but then the avocado's there, so it's like more keto-ish.
Yeah, but with steak, for example, it's not dangerous, but with red meat, the higher volume of red meat, the iron,
that's why
it's harder to. It don't break down. So then I stopped eating red meat for 4 years. So I didn't eat it from 2020, and I've only started eating it again.
A lot of black people get gout from it. This thing called gout from red meat. Gout is like something with your feet and it inflames. But it depends on it depends.
It's old school, man.
It's like uric acid or something.
It's inflammation build up.
I don't think
but it depends. White people get it as well. But
it depends. It's not just black people, but we're prone to it.
But it also depends on the volume of how much. Like I remember when I was younger, I was in the gym heavy, like pre-pandemic. I was eating like steak and that elk of food 3 to 4 times a week.
Steak and egg.
And then I don't eat egg. That's gross.
That's expensive, man. Eating steak.
I used to work in the supermarket, so before I was getting discounted stuff. I'm not saying what it was, and it was horse. Them times, you
mean? Well, I do that, or I have my favorite meal is I usually go for is quinoa. Salmon with like onions and tomatoes, and I have baked plantain with that sometimes on the side.
What?
Baked plantain and plantain and avocado.
Baked plantain goes off,
and that's usually like my go-to. That's my usual
air fryer
meal.
Air
fryer, yeah. That's like my go-to meal. That's like the most balanced meal.
When you said that, I was thinking it feels like I'm thinking oil, but then it's like air fryer.
Sometimes my guys put me onto something called my guy who's a nutritionist said what black people don't eat enough of is fermented foods, and apparently that's really good for gut health. So sauerkraut.
I've had sauerkraut for ages.
Kimchi is
I like kimchi.
Apparently, it's very good for like gut health.
Or you can just eat ginger.
That's also good as well.
Ginger and ginseng.
So sometimes I add a little bit of
ginseng good for
sauerkraut.
Yes.
And then that's me for the day, and just I make sure I get 3 liters of water.
For people your age, yes, it's good for the.
Oh yeah, no, I'm a cook. Yeah, I'm a cook.
Get the body
going. You know, when you eat differently, and then like everything, obviously you're either prepping or you're cooking.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so fucking therapeutic.
But I get 3 liters of water in, and I've never drank this much water, bro. It just makes it's nuts.
If you're in an office like today,
you go wee a lot then,
bro.
Until you're used to it.
That's one thing I hate.
Today, I'll get I'll bring my ginger tea in the morning. I'll have my ginger tea.
Yeah.
I don't trust the cup, so I've got like a Chelsea mug in my bag.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So and the cup is like above a normal size. So I'll have that cool. 10 o'clock, I'll go upstairs and get a coffee because it's free. I'll get 2 coffees, bang. Then drink through like half a litre of water. Cool, fine. Then I drink some more water. The minute the seal is broken, I am pissed, bro. All I need to go to the toilet. I need to go to the toilet.
But it's good though.
Because it is
good. Bloody hell, man. That's like sometimes like you've just been.
Yeah. And you go again. I find that happens though when you change your water intake. Because
no, you mean you broke the seal.
But with the meal changes and stuff that I'm doing, I usually drink a lot of water anyway. It probably might be about a litre or a litre and a half a day. I've had to up them, not always a litre and a half, let's say a litre. I've had to up it to 2 litres. Jesus Christ. The first 2 weeks, just like a flipping fountain.
Yeah.
I was just like a little fountain, every day going wee. Almost weeed myself. Nah, but I'm joking.
That's decent. Ghanaian-ish Nigerian accent. It wasn't fully,
I wasn't actually focusing on it, but thank you guys. But no, I was always wanted to go to the toilet, but then after the first couple of weeks, your body gets used to it.
Yeah.
And now I'm like 2 litres down already. By the time it gets to like, I don't know, 6 o'clock in the evening, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
And I can actually honestly say in the last 5 weeks, the only thing I've drank is either mint tea or water, nothing else. Maybe on the odd day, or like last Thursday, I had a.
This is like the pork argument all over.
Gin. What? Why?
Like, I don't eat bacon, but every so often.
No, I'm saying
I'm only drinking mint tea and water, but
no, I'm not saying I'm only drinking it. I'm not saying I'm sworn off like juice and stuff like that. I can have it. I've chosen not to. But I'm saying when I look back, I realised obviously when I look back at like my days, I've only really had water, and if I want a hot drink, it's been mint tea, and I can count the only times that I've had like a fizzy drink, which has obviously been like a pink gin can, and that's last Thursday at work, and maybe like a Thursday before. But like maybe like what, twice? And I was like, right, and I didn't realise. And I was like, oh.
Game changer. I also do that 30 minutes of walking a day, just outside.
I did today. I walked to Katie's workplace today. They took me like 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
That's not bad.
To Katie's workplace or from where you were?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're quite local.
I didn't know we was as close.
Yeah, you're quite close.
In fairness, the bus said 2 minutes, and then I started walking, and then I managed to walk.
You're where you
I managed to walk the same bus route, and I already was by a workplace.
Would you say like when you was working from home, like during lockdown, you got enough cardio in?
I went out on I didn't work out during first lockdown.
In lockdown, because I was conscious of it.
First lockdown, I didn't work out, so I put on weight. Second lockdown, I worked out.
I kid you not, I'm not joking when I say
not joking,
there was a certain lockdown where the only thing I was doing was going to the studio and going to see people.
First one.
Bro, I've got sciatica in my back from the lack of movement and obviously putting on weight. Crazy. Like, I wasn't moving. Everything I was doing was stationary.
Was there?
Like, just, I would, yeah.
Gabriel became Charles Xavier, bro.
But I'm trying to build up the cardiovascular health to eventually start jogging and blah, 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 blah. So getting there, slow, little wins.
Man's gonna become Creed, bro.
Little wins, but you're gonna walk in one day and I'm looking different, but it's gonna be crazy.
Bluetooth.
But yeah, man, listen, this year I just wanna get. This year I wanna
belly tops.
This year is about getting right health wise, making sure we're here for our loved ones, and yeah, man, just doing all the things we want to do, business wise and life-wise, enjoying life a bit more. That's what I'm trying to do.
As we're on the topic of education, because we're talking about education and health and the rest of that stuff, Mark, you had a topic about, is it primary schools or secondary schools? Or schools in general?
I think it's going to be secondary schools.
So high schools educating boys on misogyny.
Yeah, because of the show Adolescent.
Netflix show.
It's
Yeah.
just Asher D thing.
Yeah.
With Stephen Graham.
Right.
Stephen Graham?
Is he producing it?
What accent was that?
I don't know.
Okay,
Is Asher D producing this?
No,
Oh,
Stephen Graham.
Right, okay. I don't even know who Stephen Graham is.
He's Scouse, but
He's
he's
half Jamaican.
Oh, okay, so a black man.
He doesn't
Black
look
man.
black. Stephen Graham doesn't look black.
Wait, mixed race.
Yeah, he doesn't look.
Okay,
He doesn't look
Curtis
mixed
Jones
race.
type build. Yeah.
Probably Ross Barkley type build.
Alright, okay. They're pretty similar. Okay, but I mean, Ross Barkley's a bit more white. He's
That's
a
the
bit more
point.
white. Yeah.
You must have like Curtis Jones. No, more.
Ross Barkley's more, yeah. He's actually Nigerian as well. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
It's crazy, yeah.
So yeah, it's basically trying to teach, and obviously they're aiming this at just boys, the misogyny.
Do me a favour. Can you Google the definition of misogyny, please?
They're making things difficult for these kids, man, and I actually feel sorry for them because I actually think they're confusing kids more than they're teaching them.
Of course they are.
Because you know, as a child, right? I remember
You
as
figured
a
out
kid,
The meaning.
you would just like remember how free you were. You didn't like. I see things like they're making gay Superman and stuff like that, or giving Superman a boyfriend. But when I was a child, if I actually owned Superman, a Superman toy, right? I'm not thinking of Superman's girlfriend. Or it's just Superman.
I'm gonna say something that's so.
I don't care about the gender.
I'm gonna say something that's mad counterproductive. I understand that fair representation matters.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. But I will use some of the adverts. I don't like looking at adverts and seeing black people on every advert. I just don't.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
The ones that especially don't make no sense.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah,
but they know how to make black people look dumb, though, because they'll put a big black guy dancing around like an idiot, and it's like, oh.
Michael Richards.
I'm glad you see it. I'm so glad you see it because of the black guys.
I love Michael Richards, but
I love them.
I love him too.
But of the black guys they can pick, right? They know to pick. They notice the black people they put on like sports, right?
Mhm.
Michael Richards, Daniel Sturridge, and Patrice Evra.
I don't know. By the way, I don't think Patrice Evra was allowed on Sky for ages because of the last time. I actually like the way Michael Richards.
I love both of them.
No, but I like the way Michael Richards does punditry because he can mix in the rough with the smooth.
And he gets,
I prefer him on CBS.
Yeah.
With Thierry and Cara and
Kate
Abdul. Kate Abdul. Kate. I can't remember her name is. Kate Smith.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. But on Sky, I think him and Roy Keane work well together because it's like oil and water.
Yeah.
So I think it works well them two as a duo.
You know, Overlap's alright.
No, it's
they
not.
have the.
It's
No,
not.
I don't like it.
It's
No,
not.
I
You know what it is? It's players.
Try to stick it on in right though.
Overlap or not? Is that? I thought Overlap was the one where. That's not Overlap.
With the crowd.
That's Overlap. The one the crowd is the one with the.
No, I like the one with it's the players. So it's
Oh, no,
Gary
that's
Neville,
cool.
Jamie Carragher,
White Jill Scott.
Yeah.
No, that's
like
cool.
that.
I don't mind that. Even though I think that Gary Neville sometimes goes against the grain of things he says, I don't mind that. I think Keane keeps it a Billy, so I can never really get angry about that. Kay, can you please read out the definition of this word, please?
Mm-hmm.
Because it is for me a buzzword that gets used a lot where people don't actually understand the meaning.
So, for basic people, misogyny refers specifically to a hatred of women. The dictionary would say it's a dislike of contempt for or ingrained prejudice against women. Example: she felt she was struggling against thinly disguised misogyny.
And there's another one.
But most men don't hate women.
Yeah, there's
I
another
know.
one.
I sometimes. Yeah, I was just. Oh my god. I was just thinking
What's
of that.
what-
what is
He's
the
a
chauvinist.
misogyny?
Misandrist.
Misandrist, yeah. And there are a lot of them.
There is a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
I know they get spoken
because
about.
men don't openly say they hate women. I've never heard a man.
It's actions though.
I think it's more like
It's
No,
actions.
actions, no, 100%. But then I think what happens is right. Okay, cool. I
think it's been misused so.
I think when
It has.
I've seen videos on YouTube where people say, "Oh, well, I figure I'm a misogynist." Do you know what I mean? A misogynist. Well, to me, it means no.
Not to you.
We're
What
talking
does
about
the
the
meaning?
meaning.
We're not referring to the word like bitch here, which has like 14 different meanings. We're talking about the word misogyny.
Yeah, and it's got a meaning.
It's a form of sexism.
So,
that
Kate,
can
what's the other
basically
one?
keep women at the lower social status than
What?
men. Misogyny.
No, not that one.
And then-
The other word that Mark asked you to look up.
No, he's not about misogyny.
No,
Chauvinistic.
I asked you chauvinistic. Say switch on love. Come on.
You never said that as well.
He just asked you.
Oh, sorry. Okay, chauvinistic. Displaying excessive or prejudiced support for one's own cause or group. In particular, showing male prejudice against women.
I think that.
Can a woman be chauvinistic?
They tend to not use it for women though. I've never heard them use it. I've only heard them use it against men. So I don't even know.
Again, sorry. So what's the definition of being chauvinistic?
It's displaying excessive or prejudiced support for one's own cause or group. So I think it can.
I think that's what the majority of people are, rather than the term misogynist. Yeah. Right? But I don't think there's anything wrong with being slightly chauvinistic. As long as it's not toxic,
and it's not putting someone in danger.
Exactly.
But this is the problem. It's the buzzwords, the toxic, the misogyny.
I have friends.
They're just saying it.
I have friends who have a very dark view on things. Yeah, or they'll be like, women driving. That's okay, cool. That's misogynistic, right? Yeah. But if you're just being like, you know what, the issue with a lot of modern women I come across, that's misogynistic. The key word is the women I come across. It doesn't say all women, it's come across. In my experience of the people I come across, they say all. It's a generalization, but it's a generalization based in what I encounter. Mm-hmm. It's not a generalization of what exists in the entire planet.
So just a couple of days ago, PK Humble, you might have seen this actually.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So a woman called Mandy.
Her sister was in Love Island.
So her sister was on Love Island. I think Mandy's like
they've got a podcast together, right? Yeah.
So Mandy's like her sister, right?
No, Mandy's the one that wasn't in podcast.
Mandy's the older sister.
And that's the one that was in Love Island.
Okay. Mandy's the younger sister.
Right, okay. Mandy's the younger sister.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay, cool. So
the older sister was in Love Island. She used to link the... Who's Jordan again? That you?
Oh, right, okay.
Kobe Mainoo's older brother.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, yes. Oh, right.
Jordan Hume.
I remember that she went off on him. When she switched on him. Because
he started making
from what I remember from this whole Mandy,
she called him a failed roadman.
I didn't actually watch the full clip.
Which is dumb.
But she's getting onto PK Humble because he was playing a game for an entertainment television.
And he won 90 bags.
Right, and he won.
He won 90 bags.
And
just so you were jealous.
She basically said she doesn't believe he deserves to win, blah, 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 blah. And then she tried to you need the money anyway to get your postcode removed from your arm, right? Which is a personal shot, right?
It's also, with people like that, I also think...
Don't dish it.
No, that's not what I was about to say. That's part of it anyway. The problem I have with people like her is they come across as racially ambiguous. I don't know what her background is. And I feel like people like her who are insecure about the way they look anyway have been around a certain type of black man, right? Yeah, or a certain type of guy who are very spenny. So because they've been around a certain elk or guy, they move a certain way and get comfortable to feel like they can say certain things to certain people. Mm-hmm. In her saying what she said, he was like, "Right, you don't need to be personal about that." And then she doubled down. She doubled down and continued. And then the minute he took a drink and he scoffed, he paused and said, "You know what?
PK's the wrong one to do that."
If I talk about it, watch me.
And then you see in the room how everyone quickly told man to chill out. But I was like,
where was that energy for her?
Where was that? But then the interesting thing is this, right? So I've seen women post it online. Her BBL wasn't botched. Just say you hate women.
Who said that?
Get 2 and 2, get 50.
No, but it was botched because they both admit it. Like when they talk on their podcast, they basically say.
I'm pretty sure I've seen a clip of her saying
she talked about. They openly talk about it, bro. So she shouldn't really. What she should have done,
and she posted that.
She shouldn't have taken that shot that you made personally because you talk about it all the time anyway.
She posted that video of her walking.
Yeah.
And if I'm being completely honest with you, that doesn't look like a natural person's bum. It just doesn't.
But you can tell, because it doesn't. It doesn't.
So,
she even says it doesn't.
I don't even understand. Like,
tell me you're not triggered, but tell me you really are triggered.
Yeah. So for me, it's like if it doesn't look natural, then technically it's botched.
That, by the way, you see what you're
looking for? No, but she knows it's botched.
My takeaway from that wasn't that. You tried to censor man about being a failed roadman, but who wants to be a successful roadman?
Racism as well. That's micro-racism.
It's a microaggression. It's a microaggression. Like, why? Okay, cool. He said, but I made money on the road.
And his clapback wasn't that bad.
I made money on the road, which he did.
Do you know why his clapback was good? When it comes to jokes and stuff like that, it's about delivery.
And it's about fashion. Yeah, it was mad blasé about it, and people laughed.
Which is like,
talk about your BVS.
Yeah. Do you know where it was? It was so funny. So she was like, but I was like, why would you be so surprised?
Do you know what hurt her? She tried to send shots, and he tried to leave it. You doubled down, and then now you know it's clip farming. So now this clip's gonna do what it does. Now you feel hot because now you're the person that looks rubbed out.
Yeah.
Right, yeah? PK Humble is on a generational run.
Yeah.
You did that, you got Ballers League going on. Man bagged the first goal in Ballers League, and PK is unapologetically himself.
Now he's streaming now as well.
Yeah, but he was streaming before.
He's been streaming for
no. He's just started his first stream.
Serious?
He's been appearing on streams, but he hasn't got his own Twitch stream, live stream. So now
what's the stream that he was on recently that I must have
Billy
watched?
He was on Billy the Goat. He was on Jason, one of the. So there's very many people on the show with streamers. Yeah, very many people in the show with streamers. But he just did his first show, and he had the Man City goalkeeper, the female one. Kiara Keaton.
Nikita.
No, Kiara Keaton. It's like a
young mistress girl.
Yeah.
Is it not Nikita?
No,
Nikita, you're alright. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, her on there. Yeah, Tyreek. He had Specs. He had some other.
Tariq and
him and Tariq.
Specs was on. They do a show on.
I think they live
Sky
together.
Bet. They do a film with Sky Bet.
I think they actually live together. You know.
Oh, that makes more sense.
I saw something like. I think
Him, Tyreek, and Specs was on.
And Specs is their neighbor
on TikTok and. They did a stream.
Yeah, that's his first ever stream.
Yeah, because they was like, we're celebrating PK, blah blah blah. Yeah. So I was watching it. I saw it on Specs' TikTok.
I definitely do like the Sky Bet thing he does.
The Sky Bet thing he does with Tariq.
Have you seen the one with? It's him. Steve-O wasn't really in it. There was one with Defoe.
I've seen the Defoe one.
With
Jay Bufford, yeah.
And Heskey gets it in the bin.
Yeah, but Jay Bufford is teched off for banner.
Yeah.
His goal was good though.
What?
He tackled the forward.
On Ballers League.
And he his post.
The thing people don't forget, people don't know. PK used to be he was signed to Colchester.
Yeah.
He was signed to Colchester thing. Then he played non-league. Like we're not arguing talent here. Like at the end of the day, here's the thing, and I say this all the time, respectfully, because of the era we're in with content and the rest of this. Before we move on, there's a lot of people who are in the content space, in my opinion, who are not talented. They're there because they're there, right? Yeah. PK Humble is a talented person. He's talented at football. He's funny. He also used to be Abracadabra's manager. Like we're not talking about any run-of-the-mill youth, bro. Like, and that's the thing. Even people who talk about PK in this field will be like, one thing I love about Percy Cabana is he's unapologetic himself. Who he is off the camera is exactly the same.
Exactly, yeah.
Right, yeah. So it's not like it's a character. It's just him. The statistics and John Deese and that's who he is.
The statista.
Yeah.
I did love that. Was it for JD? Funny. It was him. No, what's our guy, Chelsea boy? He's on Filthy Fellas as well.
Sam Obisana. Oh, Savage.
And it was like a dating thing, and it had Mimi the blogger on it as well, I think.
Oh yeah, they do well.
And they used to and I think
I can't not like the guy, bro.
Yeah.
Very hard. It just reminds me of your boy.
It puts a smile on your face, man. That is.
Like, he does the whole shaky.
Respectfully, no disrespect to the Mandy girl, minus her podcast, In like 5 years' time, nobody cares who you are.
No.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think
manage your podcast. The relevancy of you is more so like, and this is not me trying to be. No, the relevancy of you, based on the fact of you and your sister talking about, okay, your sister was, I think, a dental hygienist or something like that. Yeah. If we take away Love Island,
what's it, pharmacist?
Whatever, one of those two things. We take away or a testician, lip fillers or whatever it is. Right, yeah. If we take those things away from you, you want to be in the social sphere for just being in the social sphere. And I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. Like, it's not like you have talent. You just want to be in a social sphere for being a socialite. Right, yeah. A lot of people want to do that. Right, yeah. Castillo has a talent, bro. He's funny. He makes music. Big man thing. He's used his platform to do whatever he wants to do. A lot of these people use their platform.
The main guy that black women dislike, and they get onto him, and he was on the show. It's DDG. A lot of them say, what is DDG? He's bringing down Halle. Halle's more popular. No, DDG was one of the biggest YouTubers before people found it.
Like who he was,
And he started making music. DDG's rich. Like, I think he's got a higher net worth as well. Like, he's actually, but they try.
I think she has, and also
I think his net worth's like, I don't know, because he earns a lot, but they try to rub him out like he's a.
I find it funny that people, the voice he puts on is not his real voice.
Oh,
his voice is bad deep. It's not his real voice. But let's move on. Listen, I hope whatever this misogyny show is, the people teach people correctly.
Yeah, man. Just don't confuse the kids, man. Don't give the kids stuff to worry about. The kids love their mums. They love their sisters. You know, yes, of course, as kids, girls, when you're very young, you're a very young boy.
But do you think there's going to be an issue
where... And when you're a young girl, boys give you the lurgies. It's completely normal. Let's not try...
But do you think it's an issue when it's more centered towards just boys?
I don't know what they're trying to do to masculinity, man, but it's going to be scary to see 10, 20 years from now.
Obviously, we got the thing with the Anthony Mackie thing where he spoke about it the other day.
Yeah.
Then I watched a podcast with Joe Budden the other day where they were talking about it, and Joe and Melissa Ford had a back and forth, and she kept talking about toxic misogyny. But he was like, by you even saying that, you're making it like all men are dangerous. They're not. And if that's the case, it basically means like you still want to date a man. So you can't have that view.
This is part of my issue though, where women will say things like that and be like, all men are bad.
I mean, look,
like if there's even like I know it's a TV show, but there's I think a TV show on Paramount Plus where all the men are locked up or something like that, and it's nothing but women. And it's just like
Orange is it? Orange?
No,
that's Netflix.
It's weird though, but I just feel like the attack on men all the time. It's just like, okay, so what do you want out of this then? What do you want men to be? Because if men are softer, they're called simps.
No, but that's not the argument. The argument I have now is they're saying a lot of men don't approach women no more. They're not interested in women. I said it's not for the fact they're not interested in women.
You've scared men off.
I don't even think it's fair. I think people have kind of come to the stage now where it's like we don't know. Like a lot of men don't know what women want now, and I'm not going to put naturally common sense is we grew up in ends. A lot of us grew up in ends. Yeah. You're not putting yourself in spaces that you're not wanted. No. Nor are you putting yourself in spaces where it's like, okay, I'm going to talk to this girl. If she starts reeling off the Instagram checklist, there's no point you wasting your time because you don't really want to date a Bedino. You want to date someone who's on a different... Go on.
I saw something because it matches,
I think I know where it
matches what you're saying, right? Okay, cool. So I saw a video of two videos, right? A woman was walking through the street in she's walking through the street in South London, right? But she was walking through the Jamaican guys that were chilling, actual like not English but actual
yard man.
Actual yard man, and obviously she walks past, mad compliments. They're saying stuff, right? That they would say technically is catcalling. Right,
silver tongue bandit.
She said it did the world of good for her confidence on that day. It made her feel so good about herself, right? Mm-hmm. And then you look at like people go to there's women go to Jamaica for stuff like that because of the Jamaican men. They're very good at
silver tongue bandits, yeah.
Right, they're very good at saying things and to women to make them feel better and stuff like that. And even to the extent where I saw one where a guy's in Jamaica and he's driving past a girl who's slim. And then he said to the woman, he said that you're very pretty, but he said there's one thing you don't have. Oh. And then she was like, I have one little ass or something like that. So they both kind of cool, and that was it. No body shaming.
But here's the thing, and this is why I say certain things are what's understood doesn't need to be explained for the first part, yeah. But in this case, it does, yeah. Why I call them silver tongue bandits, yeah. Caribbean men could sweet talk anyone. Yeah, it's basically Shakespearean patois.
They can sweet talk a cat, man.
They could say the most volatile thing and make it sound sweet. Is it? So even in them saying that, right, it can lift you up because it's not the same. Right, babe. Oh, you got jugs in your. It's a different show. Right, yeah. But then I'm not a woman, and I'm not a woman, and it depends on what a woman's experiences are.
But okay, so cool. There was the one of the Chris Gale, right? Cricket player.
Yes.
Where he did an interview with the Australian woman.
Yeah.
And she was like, what are you gonna she was like, how are you gonna celebrate or something? I think you might have said to her, you've got lovely eyes. Don't blush or something. Or he's given her a compliment. Like, but he just won a cricket game. He's over the moon. He's just being do you get what I'm saying? She's come out. I need an apology from him. He made me feel uncomfortable. Everyone was like, okay, cool, you're saying that. But then there was a video of Serena Williams, a reporter, saying something to her. She was like, oh, you've got a very nice voice and you've got nice eyes. But they didn't say that was.
I remember there's even you got to say every person is different and not everyone's going to handle the situation the same way. I remember there was a film with a UFC guy a couple of years ago and he won a match and he must have hugged up the girl one thing, yeah?
Yeah.
And then they made up a big deal out of it, and he had to apologise. And then he won a fight. The woman went to give him a hug. And he was like, no, not getting involved again. Yeah. I learned the first time I'm not doing that. She was like, no. You tried to get me aired out. I'm cool.
And this is the part of the problem that we're going to start having.
Yeah.
If men are going to be like,
I think
it's a boundary thing. Everyone, I think where the world has changed is boundaries, and it's about how to signify consent in a way where it's like, some people be like, oh, you shouldn't have to, you don't need to ask me, didn't they? But ultimately, if that's where the world's going, it's safer to do that, so you can't do certain things.
My thing is, word to finesse 2 time.
Oh my god.
It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. Fuck them. That's how I feel.
You're not
right.
Okay.
When other people do certain things, it's fine. Then when you do it, and you know why it's very dangerous, because then you can choose to, let's just say for example, you want to get someone rubbed out at work because they decided they didn't want to swap days with you. Oh, he didn't want to swap days with me, but then in the kitchen he said, my hair looks nice. I'm going to go tell the manager. I don't like him anymore. He said my hair looks nice. He sexually harassed me. I've been in workplaces where things like this have happened. I remember there was a girl.
Gabriel, I demasculate myself in workplaces.
But there was a girl I used to work with. Yeah, there was a girl I used to work with. I was about to say her name. Starts with a D, and I'll show you a video of her if you want. But yeah, so cool. This girl was.
You don't have to believe that.
This girl was oh no, it's an innocent video, of course. It's just but yeah, this girl would do things like, me and my boy would be in the in the staff room. She would come to the staff room and get undressed in the staff room in front of us because we're there. Just take off her top, take off her trousers, but she would do it.
She mentally okay?
She was just like, she was just that type of girl. Like, she was just, or even if we've tested it so many times, we wouldn't be in the staff room. Sometimes we'll be in the conference room. She would come to the conference room and get undressed in the conference room.
She's trying to get you.
She would do things like that. And then I remember one day, right, she got someone in trouble because that one of the guys said to her, "Oh, you've got a nice shape" or something like that, and she got the guy in trouble. And in my head, I was like, oh, this is crazy, you know, because you're stripping in front of this guy unprovoked. And because you don't because if I made the comment or if my boy made the comment, you wouldn't have done that. You wouldn't have done that. But because you wanted to because she fell out of him and she wanted to get him rubbed out, she's used that comment to her advantage.
Have you ever heard the joke? Have you ever heard the joke of when they say the difference between harassment and a compliment is based on how attractive the person is, how attractive you are? It probably is one of those things. But ultimately, I don't like playing that game, so I don't play that game.
So yeah,
I just remove myself from the situation.
And when people do, like, when she used to do it, me and my brother just ignore it, like, because it's being done for attention. But yeah, no, she got someone to do their job for but then what she's doing isn't that classified as sexual harassment? She's literally coming to where you are to strip naked. Like, I don't understand. Like, there's toilets, there's multiple places she can go.
There's like a female change room, no?
No, this is 3. Oh shit, I bet you that way it was.
Yeah, but even if it was 3, you can go and get changed in the toilet.
In the toilet, yeah, it was a men's toilet and a girls' toilet. Yeah, she chose the staff room and the conference room and the office.
Talking about changes, the UK government are going to roll out face recognition cameras. I think the first one's going to be in Croydon to find criminals easier. Shout out Watchdog and Crime Watch from back in the day. They're 2D cameras of "Do you know this man?" and pixelation is.
Yeah, I used to think, okay, good luck finding that person. Yeah.
My mum used to make jokes saying she used to watch it, see if my dad wasn't there. I said, "Your mum and my mum."
Your mum and my mum are 2 people.
Same person, yeah.
Why the fuck someone said the same thing?
I was like, "Do you know this man?"
Oh my god!
This camera quality is dark.
Crazy.
Even if I knew this man,
yeah.
Oh my god, that just took me back.
If I was that guy, I wouldn't have to worry about no nothing, no running. No, I'm on the street.
If my
I'm going to work
this,
the next day.
She's going to be
killing crimes even more.
At that
I used to think it don't make sense. You can't track someone like this. I don't know how they did it. It's crazy. It's crazy.
So what's your thought on this? Do you think it's intrusive? Do you think it takes away people's...
It's giving me Minority Report. Do you remember that?
Yes.
It's just giving another...
Here's my thing with crime or police or whatever. They turn up after the crime.
Do your job.
Fuck the popo. Sorry.
Do your job.
Ain't that right? But bro, that's the thing though, yeah. Because I've always thought, is it hard to have police officers on every high street? Have police officers?
Now, yes.
But so my thing is because it's like, yeah, you're right. You turn up after the job, after the work's been done.
Mm.
But if you do the police officer on every high street, yeah, then women will feel safer because they could walk up and down.
Ironically, they run that in South London.
And it's like, but sometimes I used to think like police were weird because what police would do is bare police officers would just go to like a block, Peeps Estate, and they'll just chill there. And I'd be like, why are you doing
They
this?
used to do that in our area.
Why are you doing that though?
These cameras will scan every face in real time, checking them against a police watch list. No match. They say your image gets deleted, but privacy campaigners are calling it a dystopian nightmare.
Ain't no one believing that
demanding it will
Really?
be paused until proper laws are in place.
They're using taxpayers' money for this. But to be honest, I don't commit crimes. I don't even care, man. I don't. Yeah.
My issue is, I think it's more the privacy stuff. Like, you see, for example, like, if you don't want to share your information, you don't want to share your information. At the end of the day, like, certain times, there's like 2 roads in the south where you probably get picked up by 30 cameras in a matter of 4 miles. So there's a road that goes from West Croydon directly to Elephant and Castle.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah. Straight road. Right, yeah. Like, literally straight road. Then you have one that goes from Rains Park.
Mm-hmm.
So off the A3 Rains Park all the way to Vauxhall. Straight road. You're being picked up by 30 plus cameras. Right, yeah. So then even then it's like, okay, there's nothing you can do here. From a security element, I understand. But it's also intrusive. And if they're saying, I want to see what the laws is passing is, but I think even with these laws, you have to be very careful because some laws can be passed in the darkness without you actually knowing.
Yeah.
So I feel like it could be a blessing in disguise if you're trying to catch one of them serial whatevers, fine. I think it's intrusive, and that's just my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I just think they're introducing the. I don't know. I don't know if it's really going to help. I don't know if it's. Yeah, I don't know what they're trying to crack down on. I honestly think though, yeah, and I don't. It's the thing. I'm not anti-police.
Anti-foolishness.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, and this is the thing as well. I understand that. Okay, cool. There's a need for their job, right, in society because of how society is. There's a need for their job.
You don't want a Wild West type situation.
Yeah, but I just think
the institution.
They don't do their job.
It's the institution
properly.
I think it's based on the institution.
Because it was literally just 2 months ago. I was on my way back from the studio. I was with my boy, 2 of my guys, and yeah, we're just driving back. He's dropping me back to my house. So in Catford, like near people that live in Catford, no, near the old gun store.
Yeah.
So near the Domino's.
Yeah.
Police officers, bearing him, free. Sirens, blah blah blah, stopped us. So we stopped. Got out the car. What's the issue? Oh yeah, no, it's just we couldn't see who was driving through the window.
Oh, whatever.
Like, but there's 3 of you have just stopped.
Bro,
like, 3.
My brother,
it's 3 a.m. in the morning.
My brother Rocky, she had, I don't know if she changed her car. She had a GLA, big F-off, like massive Merc. I think we were driving down the back of like Gypsy Hill, and the Fed flashed out of nowhere. It's like, cool, pulled up beside us. Just making sure that does the car belong to you? Well, you've checked the car, so you know it belongs to her. Like, it's got her name on it. It's because the car matches her. Stop the BS, bro. Come on, the car don't match nothing. You wanted to see who was driving the car. You clearly saw you seen the girl driving the car. The same person who's driving the car is the same person who matches what you just checked. Stop the foolishness.
Yeah, because they check it prior. They know what they're doing. Because they're like, they see a car, if the person driving don't match, then and then you feel stupid because you can now see it's a female.
That's also one of the reasons why I never bought a Merc.
Because you know,
You
like,
said
I've had
it's
an Audi for years. I'm on my second, going to my third Audi, bro.
you know,
I've been followed by feds.
yeah.
Merc drivers and Range Rover drivers, I think, especially get stopped the most. I'm not doing that, bro.
I think as well that I personally, yeah. So even things like, I think the job of police officers to obviously make the people feel
Safe,
safe,
yeah.
the country safe, right? So things like, cool. What I would do if I was police officers, right? Or I would have. I remember walking back from school. There was a woodlands that we were told not to walk through because things can happen in this woodlands.
Of course.
But I'm like, it would make sense if you get some police officers to just actually be in the woodlands.
No,
And then look,
respectfully, after that whole woman that got put in a police car,
but this is the thing though. So it's like, who can we trust them? Because it's like, as a woman, as a young girl, if a young girl walks through that woodlands, right? Or it could be a case of it's late at night. If a young girl's taken into that woodlands, that's where girls are getting raped, murdered. This is where crazy things are happening, right?
or you make the woodlands as well lit as possible.
So you either make the woodlands as well lit as
cameras in
possible, or you put cameras, or you actually put security or police officers there. My whole thing is, the way to deter crime is with your presence, not by coming afterwards. There's no point, because I'll do what I need to do and I'll run away.
You're not gonna.
You know what I'm saying? You might as well.
Also goes back to the government issue of defund the police, defund the police. But then obviously, policing itself has been defunded. That's why there's bare community support workers on the street, bro.
I used to work in a Vodafone shop, right? And it was the month.
Another phone shop, innit?
No, yeah, no. Oh my, no. That's the only retail jobs I did. Phone shops. They were the best as well. Like, yeah, good memories in there. But I worked in Vodafone, and I remember we had like a temp. So she was foreign. She was from Colombia, right? And I was like I was the senior staff member at the time because the manager was off, right? Manager was off on like mental health leave. Now.
That was in Connect.
8 p.m. we used to close that store heading towards Christmas time, so it was dark. Bro, the store got robbed like 3 times with us in the shop. They would be, like, people would come in hooded up, they'll be smashing things, jumping on the tables.
Like
and obviously the girl, the temp was mad scared, and I just used to tell her, like, don't even. Like, whilst they're doing it, I'm just on my phone, like, okay, cool.
Oh, you brought out your phone?
I'm just on my, no, because I don't feel, here's the thing, the psychology is a robber who's robbing plastic phones is not going to come to a real human to take their phone off them live in the flesh, because you'll get smacked. It's very different when you're taking plastic phones.
Or you run past and you try to grab a phone from someone,
But coming up to me, and so I'll just be on my phone, like, just doing whatever. But she's terrible. I'm even saying to her whilst they're there, listen, there's nothing to be scared of. We can't do anything. Just chill with it. Like, I see them, like, they'll be trying to pull the thing, they'll be panicking, thinking, I'm like, no, take your time. Please, take your time.
Rush?
Rob the shop as slowly as possible. So I remember it got to a stage where it happened like 3 times. And so our regional manager said, this shop is a high risk, blah, 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 blah. And I said, I said, they would ask, how are you guys? Are you guys safe? Blah, 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 blah. And then it got to a stage where the temp said she doesn't want to come back to work. And I said to the regional manager, it's your fault. I said, because really and truly, you're endangering our lives by seeing the store get robbed the first time, the second time, and the third time, and still thinking
there's no issue.
There's no issue. If you just put a security guard in the shop, I guarantee you it's presence that deters people from doing things. Mm-hmm. The moment we got our Russian security guard, Christoph, shout him out, still get him on WhatsApp. He's security guard family Joshua as well, but yeah, he's a cool guy. As soon as he came to the store, 6 months, no robberies. No robberies.
Why only 6 months?
Because he left after.
Yeah, no, because he left after. Oh. Yeah, he left after. But 6 months, no robberies. My thing is, that's what, and that's the thing, right? Presence is what deters someone. Presence is what deters someone from doing something.
Yeah, remember to illegal most of the time. Forget anything. Feel like this: when you're a kid and your mum tell you not to do nothing, your mum's not around, you start doing everything.
You start to do.
And then your mum step in at the dunya, you're humble.
It's the same thing that you go to certain areas and it says thieves or robberies in this area, and there's CCTV, and it's like,
I've got a bottom of my road.
Yeah. Like,
if you know it's a hot spot, then do something about it. And the criminals,
vigilant, isn't it?
Yeah, the criminals know also that some of the cameras don't even work.
Yeah, it's like no balls allowed on the block. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm doing kick-ups now. This is where we're.
Yeah, but some people are anti-establishment, so naturally they're going to go get the green.
Exactly. So the only thing that works is presence.
Of course.
Presence is the only thing that would stop you from even go into a club and there's 2 bouncers, right? And there's a bag of men going to that club. You can probably fuck up the bouncers, all 11 of you, but it's the presence of those 2 bouncers would make you just think, nah, I don't want to. Nah. If they turn us around and say we can't make it, they're not letting us in, fuck it, we're just going to go home. It's just the presence, that's all it is. All you need is presence and authority.
So you let man turn you around?
Okay, cool. So talking about fear, KDR, we got fear.
Yeah,
That's
please.
a nasty one.
You're giving him a fear.
That's a nasty one.
That's a dirty one.
Dirty one there.
Dirty.
That's a wild offense.
Oh, so basically, an OnlyFans model was found with broken limbs in Dubai, and she fears she was used as a wealthy sheikh's sex slave. So it says a 20-year-old Ukraine OnlyFans model is in critical condition after being found on the side of a road in Dubai with a broken spine, arms and legs. Jesus Lord. Maria, I apologize, I can't pronounce her surname. I think it's Kovalchuk.
Just say Maria.
Yeah, Maria is unable to speak, sparking fears that she was a victim of brutal sex slave scheme. She has been missing for 8 days. She had been missing, for 8 days after telling friends she was invited to a hotel party.
Well, I tell you that.
Now suspected
being naive as an adult for a woman
is dangerous.
Is dangerous, bro.
Yeah. Now suspected to have been the so-called porta potty. No, so basically, now it is suspected to have been a porta potty party. Yeah.
And she got R. Kelly.
Yeah, basically, that's kind of.
Man, it's dark, man.
And
the darkest.
Yeah, that's just. I mean, my take on this was, I'm not trying to say, oh yeah, it's your own fault, but like Reese was just saying, I feel like being naive at this day and age, especially when you've got that behind you, like that possibility behind you is not.
Can I keep it being? Yeah, and this is my problem with like accountability. You went into a realm of people that you didn't know, and they had money.
You sign yourself up for that.
No, but forget signing yourself up for that. Yeah, because I'm not going to victim blame. I'm just going to argue the logic here. Last week when we had the topic, we spoke about Amber Rose and we said about Kanye West and the rest of that stuff. Yeah, there's an element of accountability. You saw money, you saw an affluent type of person and thought that the same rules don't apply just because they're rich. It's dangerous. You don't know these people from Adam, bro. Come on.
Yeah, it's dumb. Like, and she's not...
If that was a bando, would she step foot in a bando?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, certain things like, you know when you book a holiday, like, I'm talking about booking a holiday, and the first thing we're thinking of is safety. Oh, we want to make sure we're this. Like, if we go here, like, why does that rule or those logics not apply when you're doing stuff like going to Dubai? Like, because they're rich sheikhs.
That's
like,
what they're thinking about.
I don't care if you're a sheikh. You could be a pedo. The hell?
Yeah.
Like, you could. Do you know what I mean? You could be a proper nonce, like, or a sicko.
Money turn people foolish.
It does.
I hope she has a speedy recovery. And
I hope she recovers. I don't want to say it's her fault because I wouldn't say that. But
yeah, it's probably.
I don't mean to be an arsehole when I say this, but I hear everything everyone's saying. Yeah, but I believe, especially she said she's 20. Yeah, where's your family, bro?
You just want to go and be a Lego beast at that age.
Well, no,
I get it.
Especially no, but where's your family? No one in your family, none of your close friends thought this was
you going by yourself.
Even that.
Because I'm not victim blaming for what's happened to her. I want to know where was your friends? Because why would you go into a realm of darkness on your wants?
And I wouldn't do that, especially. Do you know what? Obviously, I'm a different person. I probably wouldn't do that anyway. But it's just the whole safety thing of I'm going here, or even like I'm going on a date with a guy I've never met. Blah blah blah. Oh, let me send you my. It's just the prime logic. As soon as I get off the train, even though my house is a 3-minute walk from the station and it's basically in the station, my boyfriend has my location or my sister, one of the two of them, and they have my check-in. they know I'm meant to get home within 3 minutes.
Do you know
I think sometimes people think it's never gonna. It won't be them.
It won't be them until it's them.
Yeah.
My whole issue with this, right, is it's never gonna change because as women,
What are you doing?
Continue, Gary.
What women want to be taught, what women want is for us to teach men not to harm them. But
that's not
as logical men that have grown up with caution, we understand maniacs exist.
Facts.
So we just understand
That happen to be men.
you can't. Yeah, we just understand maniacs that happen to be men can't be educated on what is right and what is right and what is wrong because they're maniacs.
Yeah,
right.
There's no logical breakdown.
Yeah, you can't educate them, man.
No, you can't.
So you have to then. What you have to do is you then have to adopt various different strategies to ensure that you are safe and that you're not isolated with these sort of people. Hence why, okay, cool, for example, growing up, I knew I was from Lewisham, I couldn't just go to Peckham. Yes, I should be allowed to go to Peckham, but there's maniacs there. So I'm not going to go. It's just very simple. Reese, Brixton, you know you couldn't just go to Peckham. Right? There's maniacs there, so you just chill. You should be allowed to.
As a kid,
from
until I got to year 7, and even in year 7, I used to go Peckham with my mum.
Yeah.
The minute I got older and I realised that I was in the area of Streatham and Brixton, I wasn't going Peckham, bro.
And even when I used to go Peckham after church, right, I used to call my boy, shout out my guy T. I used to call him, and he's from Peckham. So I used to call him and he'll meet me on the high street a lot of the times. Like, he'll actually come to the high street. Or I would know if I get stopped, I'm using his address, sort of thing, or I know him. Like, even times I remember...
My godmother's house. When I go to my godmother's house, who's in the car?
Yeah.
By the back.
That's like ED, without baiting out his area.
Yeah.
He used to do, well, still, even now, does the same thing. He ain't involved in anything like that. He just knows that he just knows from where he's from and literally, like, not far up the road, he ain't going there. Like, we ain't go, like, even if we're going, like, together to do, like, I don't know, shopping or food shop or whatever, we're not doing that.
We're not doing
if we're in the car, cool, start to finish, but other than that, we're not going there. Like,
and I think it's just a case of, and vice versa as well. My guy T, he used to go to a school in Lewisham, cool, but he's doing this whilst the beef is still got. But he knows, we've patterned him. He knows how to maneuver. We're there with that. We never let anyone know he's from Peckham. Cool, right? My thing is, there's nothing wrong with caution. The world is trying to teach people that having caution is incorrect. They're trying to teach people don't have caution. Instead, educate the maniacs on why they shouldn't be maniacs so the world can be safe. But you can't. But even with doing both,
but let's say
you can't even do both.
But let's say you can do both. You can attempt to educate the maniacs.
You can attempt, and you
also have to make sure. You still have to
Thank you.
Don't get twisted. I'm very switched on. That's why Mark and O used to call me John Wick. Yeah. I will see danger before danger is at my front door.
Always sober.
Right, yeah? I can see everything that pops off way before. I can feel when the air shifts, all of that stuff. Call it the South London gene, whatever you want to call it, yeah?
You need to know how to read body language.
Some people call it the South London gene.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, you need to...
But
I say, alright, cool. People from South London, Reese knows what I'm talking about, yeah? When you're in a room, yeah, and there's a lot of people in that room,
you know the danger.
You know the South London and you, yeah. First of all, what people from South London do is they're very quiet upon meeting you because they don't open up, they don't talk too much because you never know who you're talking to and who's what, and they observe, right? These are things that you naturally.
Little boys do that. Put two little boys in a room, they'll look at each other, they won't say nothing. They'll try to figure out.
Yeah, they'll try to figure you out, and that's just I've just known that growing up in South. That's how it's always been. So I always know someone from South London when I'm in a room. And I remember, like, I could, when I used to work places, I remember my boy Safe, he was from Brixton. And so I'm new to the job, but I'm noticing everyone's talking to me, but he's not, he's just like, he's just observing what I'm
Banks is like that, but Banks ain't from South, right, yeah, he's more West.
But
he's up in West. But he spent a lot of time in South, so you can see it, right, yeah? And Banks went boarding school, so even when Banks came back to the ends, he's still got he can still code switch, but he's still like...
Yeah, you've just got to be on your... And I remember one day, I was starting with him, and I asked him a question. I was like, do you know where I can put my blah, blah, blah? And then from them we started talking, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, where are you from? I'm from South Africa. And cool. Now I know, alright, and we're the tightest, we're mad cool now. Do you get what I'm saying? But, it's crazy. But that's my guy. Shout out my guy. He's in Dubai, opened up a massage parlour. My guy, shout out.
You can't mention Dubai after that.
Oh yeah, crazy. Like, he wasn't involved in that. He wasn't involved in that.
And with that, that's been 226 of the DSP podcast. You can find the DSP on all your favourite DSPs. My personal favourite YouTube. You can find mine, Mark, Arcadia's, and Gabriel's information in the description below. You can find the TikTok link, the website links,
I need to
Mark's
speak to the
photography
police.
link, or his book link, and extra links that are possibly there that I can't figure out from my brain. You can find I've been Reese, to my left spin,
Drinks.
to his left spin.
KK Slay.
As Mark says, the BC behind the camera's been.
Gabriel.
And we'll be back next week.
Crazy.
Peace and love. All the other stuff. And remember, if it ain't snowing, I'm definitely not going either way. Peace and love. Yes.
Yeah, it's a little bit.